Guys, Friday. This is actually my second attempt at this. Very seldom does that ever happen because it's a train wreck from the beginning, so why should I try to alter it? Except for I got to the point where I was about to thank NIHAP for a beer drop and I hear, "Son of a bitch!" from upstairs. I'm like, oh my god, what? Something fry? Something broken? Montreal just scarred.
Us 2-1. I need Ottawa to win. You know I have relatives in Ottawa.
So I'm thinking the worst, and evidently it is, because Ottawa...
It's hockey.
Yeah, it's hockey. The dogs.
It's the playoffs.
The dogs' favorite. Oh yeah, the playoffs. Yeah. Texted Pete this morning and told him I was up kind of late watching my team in the playoffs and was wondering how his was doing.
They didn't make it into the playoffs, and they also fired their coach.
Hmm.
I don't know if he knows that they fired their coach. But I'm sure you'll, since you're now privy to that information, you'll update them.
Yeah. Okay, so Friday, and so I got a beer drop from NIHAP. I got
a Lake Superior highball.
And she's having a Lake Superior highball. There's a bunch of stuff in there. 1050, of course, Bengali. Free beer Friday. Along with this, free beer tomorrow. Bengali. God, it was like 5 minutes ago, and I already forgot all the stuff that's in there. But there was a couple things. That I have not had. So we're going to be reviewing them. Pinner, a throwback IPA from Oakshire Blues.
You drinking all three of those tonight? You alcoholic?
Didn't you just hear what I said? We'll be reviewing these, but I didn't say tonight. But yes, yeah, you are right on the first account. I won't be reviewing these three, but there will be some being reviewed.
Okay.
And he sent me stuff from Bronx Brewery before, but I have not had the Rye Pale Ale, so that'll be another one.
Interesting.
So those will be going in on the NIHAP shelf. What are we looking at tonight? We're looking at
beer.
Yorkshire Brewing's Overcast. Is it overcast right now? Yes, it is.
No.
It's appropriate.
It's sunny outside.
You're on crack.
I beg to differ.
According to this, it's partly sunny. Overcast.
Well, Monty freaking duh.
Oh, why don't you go back to throwing shit at the TV?
So that you can stop it again for the second time?
Well, at least now I know what's going on.
It's hockey season. Jesus. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Okay, see ya.
Don't be too long. We got burgers to make.
I know.
To go with your beer.
To go on with my beer. Not this one, but one of the other three. Yorkshire Brewing Overcast Espresso Stout. This is a oatmeal stout with coffee. It is a big bottle, but only 5% by volume. 27 IBUs, and they don't give you something to pair it with, but it's a chance that it might be around when the hamburgers are done. So, and the cap looks something like that, which looks something like that. Okay, Glockgeist messed it up for everybody by sending the entire beer opening area, but still got to find some of the other stuff. This one, this is from Patrick, and I don't know what the hell this is, but I haven't, it's just a regular opener. It's like a heavy duty one though. It's like you could use it as a weapon. If that's solid brass. Yeah, no, right now Chuck's like, oh, solid brass, you should go bring it down to the recycling and try to get as much as you can for it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, you can just, right away you get the roasted malts, and wow, that's probably the most smelling like an espresso coffee. Just take the espresso machine and right there. Okay, well, she's got good carbonation. Being that it was 5% by volume, I did try to slow my roll. This is the first, pathetically, this is the first thing I've had to drink, and it's going to be kind of a late one. It's already 7:45 my time. Speaking of 45s, the in-house protection is being brought to you by Smith & Wesson. 6:45. Those are sweet-ass guns. I don't care who you are. Well, if you don't need to tell a Hornet Fixer this. Okay. Cheers, guys. Well, let me tell you something. If you are not a big fan of coffee, stay the hell away from this one, because they tell you right all over the label. It is, and it's still coming on. It just tastes like someone took a good oatmeal stout and just put it right in that espresso. Here we are. It's not super complex, but something like this normally is not. So let's talk about it. It starts off in the glass, and the anticipation of touching my lips. Oh, sorry, HempSeed. I'll give you a moment. Did your new microphone show up yet? If there was a reason to drink, that conversation is probably it. Okay, seriously now. Like always, this is a serious, high-end, big effing deal brew review channel. You know, we don't mess around over here. It's just has a, I'd still classify it as a light, but kind of a thicker light mouthfeel. There's like the roasted malts right at the beginning. And then like starting right in the middle, that just a big surge of like freshly made thick ass coffee comes on. And yet it has the normal characteristics of an oatmeal stout. You know, they just, I don't know how to describe it. Even though the mouthfeel and the body of it isn't kind of thick, but the flavors and the way that they're delivered just seem, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. That shit just never gets old, does it? Heaven forbid I never get into the technology of green screen. I was waiting to hear from Ed. He happens to know that the brew review is going on right now. So he threatened to interrupt, but knowing Ed, it's just that I think it's funny, you know. I don't mind being interrupted. I don't really give a shit. The guy reviewing the beer was just looking at his phone. How rude. Yeah, speaking of assholes. So Chuck was telling me. Yeah, it's as far as oatmeal stouts go, I would say personally, you know, like some of them, like say my personal favorite, Lake Superior Brewers oatmeal stout. That's something that, you know, if I had a endless rejuvenating supply in my refrigerator, I would probably have one of those, at least probably one every single day that I, you know, reached in there and like, oh, let's have one of those. This, I would, I would honestly classify this as something that I would be more as a treat. You know, would I get it again? Oh hell yeah! I've never seen anything from Yorkshire Brewing, so is this an Oregoni-based brewery? Yep, Eugene, Oregon. So I don't know if Patrick, you're from there. To be totally honest, it's always good when if I have some kind of information, so I know who to give the credit for, other than knowing your name. Because you know Chuck, as Chuck is happy to point out, it's like an endless endless surge of boxes filled full of alcohol coming here, and especially now that you know now that I got that sponsorship through the Keyport. Every time I mention Keyport, you know, a truck pulls up out front and a couple of guys carry in some cases of beer. So, you know, it's like every time I say Keyport, I need to get a Keyport hat and, you know, be like NASCAR where I swap out my Keyport hat for my Keyport hat. Seriously, I wish I was in an area that there was more people that would be hearing this, that would, especially if you're into craft beers, they are absolutely demolishing all of the competition when it comes to what they have on hand. And it's awesome that Nick and Andy, the manager and assistant manager, are just gigantic craft beer heads. I mean, you can start to talk about something and it's like, hey, but have you tried this? Hell yeah. Have you tried that? Yeah. And it's awesome that when something kind of exotic comes in, if there's only going to be a few of them, they actually set one aside for me. Keyport. Chuck. The Keyport. Keyport Bar and Lounge. Open 365 days a year. Minnesota. You can't buy alcohol on a Sunday. Dude, have you wondered how much revenue you have lost this state with that mentality? Idiots. Okay, yes. A lot of deep, bold flavors. I wouldn't say this is for the faint of heart. If you, it's the roasted malts, and then the big surge of that fresh espresso coffee taste. I mean, the only, again, if I was to, you know, be right there, I'm sorry, what was I thinking? If I was to be right there with the brewmaster, you know, could lean over and, you know, whisper something in his ear, like Heffy would. Brokeback Mountain moment. You know, pick the alcohol up, man. It's like, you know, let's take a little bit of something like this and, you know, maybe try it in the, you know, 7, 8, 9% area. But a lot of oatmeal stouts just aren't. They're just right where this guy is. Is this seriously all of it? Must not be that bad if we are not gonna, well, right now it's not exactly icy cold, but in the infamously famous words of my brother, William Glockgeist, yeah. Okay. Well, Actually, when I was saying it wasn't all that complex, it does have a little bit of a roller coaster thing. You get a lot of the roasted malts at the beginning, kind of a little no man's land there for a couple of brief seconds, and then the powerful coffee comes at you. So, on the E-scale, Yorkshire Brewing's Overcast Espresso Stout. It's an oatmeal stout. On the E-scale, I think I'm gonna call this a 9. It's got a lot of good flavors and it sticks with you. Not a bad oatmeal stout at all, may I say. Tomorrow, Saturday. Got one thing left from David DeWilhoit. Still got something in there from Ed, but you know, threatening to derail a brew review, I'm gonna have to give you a demerit. Ed, we're gonna have to overlook yours. Still got 2 left here from Patrick, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna take a little look at something that I picked up. Keyport for over at the Keyport. Game of Thrones. This is from Amagang, and this is their Three-Eyed Raven. This is a dark saison ale. Dark session ale, 7.2% by volume. They recommend that you serve it at 40 degrees. So actually, they do kind of have this one a little chilled. I don't think you're just going to get that in your cellar, Paul. I don't know if there's anything worth talking about here on the side. Crisp, everlasting herb hop notes, yeasty, spicy finish. Pour slowly. Do not disturb the yeast sediment. Part of the Duval family, fine Belgium ales. And it's even got I suppose because they have to, HBO. So, and we just know that this has to be good because evidently I cannot stand a beer up in this refrigerator, so it would have been laying on its side, but I think with the sediments I'm going to move it over to the other fridge so that it can stand up. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. Game of Thrones, the Three-Eyed Raven. Okay. Politics. 643 days of the biggest piece of shit to ever be president. And if the American public is dumb enough to vote for Hillary, then we're going to get another 4 years. We might as well just throw a black cape over this country and kiss its ass goodbye. Now it's time to make burgers. So,
Coals are ready.
my coals are ready. Damn it.
So get to cooking.
What? I guess I am the kitchen bitch. Okay. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take a look at Amagang's Game of Thrones. And again, thank you, Patrick. And go finish that. And I got at least 3 more to drink. So, guys, cheers. Friday night. Stay safe.